Welcome for another episode of More to the Story. I'm Farron Moore.
I'm to hear more.
We're the Moores. Yes.
No relation.
Just happened to find each other.
Yeah.
It was like, let's do a show. Okay. I think I need to take a Zyrtec. But anyway, my hands super fucking ashy. I want to start off by reading an email from a listener.
Okay.
About a previous episode. Yes. Travail. Hi, friend. Thank you for writing us. So he goes, hey, what's going on, y'all? Really enjoy the shows, and I miss Zooming with the homies like crazy. But to the episode y'all just did on More to the Story, I feel like it depends. And he's talking about the cancel culture episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, but also at the end of the day, most of what these celebs say and do have no effect on my life. To me, I determine for myself who I will still rock with or not. For instance, I absolutely will not listen to R. Kelly.
Yeah.
What that dude did to those young girls is absolutely gross and to me unforgivable. But at the same time, I'm not God. I honestly will probably even stop listening to Chris Brown as well, because I can't rock with someone that beats women, and it seems like that's how that nigga moves.
Yeah.
It's disgusting and shows that he is a very weak individual. Now, certain things for me personally, especially if it was years ago, maybe even a decade or so ago, if that person has shown that they changed or are at least trying to, I may still support. But I'm no one special, definitely not perfect. But at the end of the day, I feel like people need to have their own minds and not just jump on the trains just because they peeps do or someone they feel like they look up to. Because when it's all said and done, and not to get religious, but God is the only judge. Anyway, much love to y'all. I appreciate the shows and y'all just being real and yourselves. As a 34-year-old man who grew up in the hood of Chicago and moved across the country, surrounded by white people who lose their minds if they can't get their coffee the exact way they want, y'all are truly a breath of fresh air. Stay up. Thank you.
I wonder if he's calling from Chicago. Not Chicago, but Seattle. Maybe it was Seattle. If they don't get their coffee, they go a different type of crazy.
Is it because, is that like the coffee capital or something? I know Starbucks started there, right?
Yeah.
But is that like a
Mm-hmm.
big coffee hub?
I don't know. Just all the ones we saw when we were up there, those were different type of Starbucks lines.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they be long.
The lines be aggressive.
And they got like little coffee, what do you call those things? Like huts, like on parking lots. You just you just pull up where it's literally just big enough to do coffee.
They take me somewhere nice like Seattle so I can see this stuff.
Oh, okay.
Is Seattle nice? I don't know anything.
It has ports.
It has parts.
Yeah.
Whenever I think about that part, I just think Twilight.
See, I just think it's Frasier.
Oh.
Yeah. I like Frasier. I don't care what y'all say. Frasier was a great show.
No, I feel like a lot of people lot of people mess with Frasier.
People be trying to act like they don't like Frasier. Frasier was a very well-written show. Very quick-witted.
It was. I still find myself watching it. Well, actually, I won't even say still. I did not watch it until I started watching it with you.
Yeah.
And now I get down with Frasier.
But I get what Travail's saying, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people think for themselves. I completely understand what he's saying about R. Kelly. And I struggle with the whole Chris Brown thing, too. Only because, you know, like, you want to give a person a chance to redeem themselves and all of that. But at the same time, like, bro, it does seem sometimes that people get stuck in their ways or they don't. Like, we don't know if he tried to get any therapy or, you know, anything like that. But, you know, when things continue to present themselves, you be like,
Right.
You know, because, I mean, at the end of the day, we're just people, we're individuals, but together we're an audience. And if we're supporting something like that, then we're saying, hey, we're okay with that, or we're fine with overlooking this. And I feel like we dropped the ball so hard with R. Kelly a decade ago. It's like you have to be present and cognizant of those type of things when they start to rear their ugly head. And you have to address it, you know. So You know, shout out to Travell, man, for, you know, thinking for himself and also having his own opinion and not being a sheep.
Right. Good job. And thank you for writing us.
Yeah, thank you for writing us, Travell.
Okay, so today I want to get into thrill-seeking personality trait.
Oh, wait, I thought we was going to do the episode where we thank all the people. We're not going to do that episode?
Oh, no, because I kind of bounced back and I was like, man, I like your idea of making it a bonus episode.
Okay, so just for the Patreon, we got letters and thank yous and stuff, and we're just going to give you our shouts out.
Yeah.
The squirrel comes and sits on his balcony and just looks at us like, what's up,
and
y'all
I
ain't gonna
just
feed me?
want to uppercut him.
Y'all ain't gonna feed me?
I don't like when he's out there touching stuff. He
And
almost knocked over a chair.
He almost knocked over a chair?
Yes. I'm assuming it's the same squirrel.
Yeah, it's that little flimsy tail. His tail look like he's got alopecia.
It is a very sad little tail.
Like his tail look like the Christmas tree from My Little Christmas Tree, or My Special Christmas, the episode of
The Christmas Story?
Story.
Are you talking about Charlie Brown?
Charlie Brown.
Oh, Charlie Brown tree then.
Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown.
Yeah. I don't know what you was my favorite Christmas tree.
I don't know what it was. whatever that one is called. I think it's just Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Yeah, well, it was a sad tree on Charlie Brown. That's what it looked like.
It were a sad tree. It really were. So.
Real sicking. Jumping out the plane with no parachute.
Nope. That's immediately what you think of when you think, like, what would be, I feel like you have well, the actual term is sensation seeking, but I feel like you have a sensation seeking side. Like, I've seen proof of you jumping off a cliff into water not knowing how to swim.
Yeah, done plenty of things. Even the water tubing, or bumper tubing, and Hawaii, snorkeling, driving through East St. Louis in a regular car, not bulletproof. Going to clubs in St. Louis after 10 p.m.
Yeah, all those things. So
marrying somebody from Belleville. What else is thrill seeking?
So you've had the best of luck with your thrill-seeking adventures.
And I just keep forcing guys' hand, like, what you gonna do? Guys like, all right, nigga. All right.
He goes, show you fat meat's greasy.
Yeah.
What was I about to say? Oh, okay. So just the whole realizing that people had this personality trait. I need to keep my hands down because they're so ashy. Just realizing that this was a whole personality trait in different levels in people stemmed from the study of mind control.
It's weird.
Right. So it started out with just these researchers sitting people in a dark, just soundproof room for extended amounts of time just to see how they would respond.
That is not my type of tea. I would not have signed up for that, no matter how much money they were.
That was a question I was going to ask you. Like, how do you think you would do just sitting there, no music, no one to talk to, no, but you can only sleep for so long.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, how long are these periods of time? I was thinking you were talking about like a couple hours. Like they put them in there for like 2-3 hours.
No, like they said that some people were able to sit in there for like hours upon hours. I found nothing that told me the exact amount of time that they did it, and maybe it was just to see until the person tapped out. And was like, I can't take it anymore. But before they did that, they, watched their reaction to it.
So wait, was the room dark?
It was dark.
So what were they watching? What were they watching? Like
nothing.
Thermal? No, I'm saying like what were the researchers watching?
They would have. I knew that was gonna happen. That's probably all they. Or they had like a night vision camera situation.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I forgot about night vision.
Right.
I forgot we got that technology. You know what I'm saying?
Getting it. I think I don't know, but yeah. So they did that, and some people, they realized like some people could sit there for hours upon hours and it not bother them at all. And some people, like after about an hour in, they were fidgety and like just anxious or just bored and showed signs that, you know, like they needed some type of stimulus. Stimuli is the plural, right?
I think so.
Yes. Okay. So that's how they got to the point of, and I keep saying they, but it really stemmed with Marvin Zuckerman, a researcher out of Montreal. They realized there are 4 components to sensation-seeking personality. Like, it's a pretty complex personality trait. So there's the people who seek thrills and adventures, and those are like your base jumping people, folks that's just, you know.
I used to do that.
You used to do it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You got pictures?
No. I mean, back then it was just like GoPros, and I didn't get a GoPro. I was just like.
It was just GoPros. There was nothing else. No other type of camera. Were you by yourself? Were there other people involved? Did they take video?
It was. I was going with this.
Who are
majority,
they? Can we call them up?
Majority of white people. It was a group.
Can we call them? Are they still around?
I think the group dissembled. It was it was on Facebook.
But not even one person is still around. Oh, Facebook. Can you pull it up? Can you?
The group's not together anymore.
But just like one of the people, you don't know.
No, I didn't really. I wasn't cool with nobody there.
You weren't cool with nobody, but you trusted them enough to base jump.
Well, I mean, it was like, hey, we're doing this, and I'll just show up. So I never really spoke in the group, never really made any posts, so I never really established any connections with them.
Just that part alone crumbles your life.
How?
Because you are not the I don't talk to people type person.
No,
you would not show up to some shit like that and not talk.
No, I would. I wanted to seem mysterious.
You wanted to seem mysterious?
Yeah. They had said what color they were going to wear and all that, and I just wore all black.
So you made yourself stand out more. That's not mysterious.
Yeah.
You brought attention to yourself.
Nobody knew who I was, but I told I'm in the group.
Then
somebody looked at me and was like, oh, he's in the group.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much. That story is bullshit, but I hate you. And I hate you. No buts. And I hate you. So these are like the people that, you know, take a whole lot of risk with little thought of consequences or what they have to lose. Yes.
Do you think it's a mental thing? Do you think it's in a sense of like this is something that could be rectified with medication or therapy, or you think that's just innately who they are and it's not something that they're doing to necessarily die? It's just that's what releases the endorphins for them.
I think it's their happy place, like, because everything I've read, it was pretty much like what we can learn from sensation-seeking people, and I mean, as long as it's not like an addiction type deal, because then the waters get muddy. Like, I remember watching some show about this guy who went, I don't know the proper term. He jumped out of a plane with a parachute. Is that parachuting? Is that
skydiving?
Yeah, there you go. He went skydiving with his girlfriend. Her parachute didn't open. He watched her die before he even hit the ground. But it became like he was already very much into it. It was something he did several times, like a year, but he became like addicted to it some weird way because of that. It was like super strange, and so then then it was an issue because it was like taking over his life. He couldn't get anything else done because that's what he wanted to do. So I feel like as long as it's not there, and I can't even say you're not putting yourself in danger or jumping out of a plane is by definition putting yourself in danger. But
after seeing your girlfriend die, you see her shooting out open, you see her hit the ground, and you go back for seconds, you like, yeah, more of this. Yeah, you need to see somebody.
Yeah.
It's something that traumatic should definitely turn you away from it.
Yeah, you would think. You would definitely think. So then after that, which this I'm not super clear on the distinction between the thrill and adventure seeking and the experience seeking, because it seems like it's all in one. But then again, maybe not, because I'm not super. I feel like I would skydive. Like I feel like I would. That would be something I would do one and done type situation. But then you also know, like, I love new experiences. I love trying new things. So. Yeah. Maybe if I think of it that way, but the way it was explained in this Berkeley article kind of murked it up for me a little bit. But so there's the experience seeking. That's the second component to this personality trait. And those who just like kind of get restless with monotony. They want something new, so there's like always looking to do something else, and it also they overlap quite a bit. And this other one, disinhibition, is another one, and that involves like your ability to like be spontaneous, and you just want like a no rules type of experience, or sometimes even life, which I wonder if that's if that I feel like the kink, or actually probably all of it, but this makes me think of the kink world, of the kind of the sex club dungeon type situations. Like, there's no rules here. The things that I'm not allowed to do out there,
right?
Everything goes in here. But it did say that the disinhibition people are more injury prone because of that. Like, they don't want to be stopped from doing whatever. So they, did you know there's something called a world naked bike ride? That sounds painful. Yeah. But that's the type of shit that the disinhibited people.
That one sounds more like a lifestyle, in the sense of like going places, doing things, just like living life, being single, that type of thing. Whereas the second one sounds more like, trying to do restaurants, flying to this city to do this event and all of that type of stuff. And then the first one sounds like the thrill seeking, like jumping out of a plane, paragliding, things that would be considered by most people like, well, I ain't doing that crazy shit. I ain't doing that white people shit, like that type of stuff. That's what it sounds like. And I could definitely see how they all would overlap. Yeah. I would be terrified of a person that fits in all three categories. Right. I think that we all have traits that would like relate to all three categories, but like a person that like has 100% in all three categories, watch out. Because I feel like you're maybe like,
is there a thrill-seeking quiz? Let me point y'all to a thrill-seeking quiz.
I feel like you'd be 10% of the first one, 85% of the second one, and then maybe like 5% of the last one.
Are you talking about me? Mm-hmm. Run that back.
10% of the first one, 85% of the second one, and 5% of the last one.
Okay, but wait, that was only 3. There's a 4th one.
Oh shit! I jumped the
gun. So this one is the boredom susceptibility, and this is basically a person's ability to tolerate the absence of a external stimuli.
Oh yeah, you're not in that one.
So
nah, I did it right.
Like they dislike repetition. For example, they couldn't do the same food too many times in a row. Hate routine tasks. Because I actually think I would fit into this one. They tire easily of predictable or boring people, and they get restless when things are the same. Like it's just. They have a fear of being bored, basically, and just have to be doing something, have to be entertained or entertaining in some way. Um, but they had me at that the same food too many times in a row thing because you know how much I hate that.
Yeah, but you'll do it. Well, I know we've had Dave's like 2-3 times 1 week and
Yeah,
Chipotle a couple times in 1 week.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I even like switch up like the flavors of things I get though.
Yeah.
I don't even stay consistent with that. I may be getting from the same restaurant, but I won't always get the same thing.
Okay.
Like
Fair
you
enough.
know, you'll pull up at a restaurant and want the same thing every time
I
you
trust
go.
it. I know that's good.
And me, I'm like,
If I'm
tell me what
hungry-
else you got.
If I'm hungry, I'm going with the tried and true. I'm not finna be like, oh, so this Maui. I'm not doing that.
What was that?
Maui.
What is a Maui Maui?
It's the fish, right?
Mahi.
Them mahi.
I was like, is that a dish that you saw in Hawaii? Those are where y'all where do you think about yourself? Where do you add up or stack up in that? You know what else I thought of? I was like, people. I mean, it probably presents itself a lot earlier in life. You know, they just tested adults, but think about like, you know, kids who got whoopings. You knew what was going to get you in trouble,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still like, I'm
Is it worth
still
it?
going right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when I'm messing with you, and you were like, keep it up here, and I'm like, tell me what you're gonna do, so I can see if it's worth it. Because if the punishment's not that bad, then I'm still gonna do.
Yeah, you're a psychopath. You're a masochist, though. You're a different type.
What? No, that's extreme. What's a masochist? No, I'm just... Oh my goodness. So it's so quiet. I feel like I need, I don't know, a lawnmower or something to go off in the background. But anyway, this Berkeley article actually got into like what I brought up earlier, that what we could learn from sensation seekers.
Mm-hmm.
It says that they have more of a go with the flow type of attitude towards things. Basically, it seems like they don't overthink.
Yeah.
Overthink their actions and get lost in the what ifs of things.
I can see that.
Yeah. We could learn to feel the awe.
Mm.
And it says one of the key unifying themes that was found was that high sensation seekers is that the daily activities they engage in provide a sense of awe, like you know, like that. This is amazing type feeling, and you know that kind of feels good to just be like, this is. Like with how I feel sometimes, especially if I go hiking somewhere new, or do a trail that's, you know, challenging for me. It's like, not only does this view is amazing, but I accomplished this.
Yeah,
you know?
I can see that.
Yeah, and but also understanding that not liking something isn't the worst thing that could happen to you. So it's like worth trying out whatever it is. But you know, like just assuming you wouldn't like it versus doing it and learning you don't like it are two totally different things. And so they're more so I'm going to try it, and if I don't like it, then that's fine. It's
That's how a lot of people got into cocaine. By that logic right there. I'll try it. If I don't like it, then I won't do it again. If I do like it, I'll come up with a schedule, and then 2 weeks later, they're a cokehead. So
that's what you think? Have you talked to any cokeheads
you know I have.
but about this specifically?
Yes.
You're such a liar.
Yes.
I'm happy you lie so much on camera. So look, he has a tail, y'all.
What's my tail?
I can't put it to words, but you have a tail. Your face is usually around your mouth. It does something when you're lying, like you're trying to hold it together, or your lies are funny to you, so you're trying to hold back a laugh or something. It's something you do around your mouth does something when you're lying.
Okay.
We own to you. You motherfucker. Yeah. So that's the those are the things we can learn from our sensation seeking friends.
I don't know. I feel like I feel like I don't know. I feel like maybe growing up in the hood was enough for me. I've always kind of been kind of timid with certain things, like going outside of my comfort level, experiencing certain things. Because where I grew up, it was scary enough. Like it made me hyper vigilant when it comes to like going to new places, finding an exit. You know, going into a place, see how many people there, how many people I need to like consider as a threat, find that, and moving on from there, because it's like, well, this week, okay, I don't know, like I a lot of new places, especially like if it's a club or something, I can't go in there and like completely let my guard down. I know, like you go to a club, the music good, you gonna immediately go to the dance floor. And just how I was built, I'm gonna sit and scope the room first, see what niggas gonna be a problem, who may be getting loud.
You can't scope out the room while you're headed to the dance floor. It's like, I see you. See you too. You can't do that?
If I go out to the dance floor doing this right here, I'm a target. Niggas like, oh, we for sure robbing his ass later.
Yeah, this music's rocking.
You'll have me going out to the dance floor doing jazz hands.
Step ball change.
They be like, yeah, we definitely gonna rob his ass. They wouldn't even worry about it. They wouldn't even put it in their plan. They just be like, hey man, we gonna rob the shit out of you later.
What's that thing you said the kids in Atlanta are saying?
Yes sir.
Yes sir.
If you're ever in Atlanta and you see kids on the little scooters, and like if you and your lady walking or you and your homies walking, it's like 2 of y'all, 3 of y'all, you see a group of 5 or 6 kids on the scooter and they be like, yes sir, they finna get your ass. Run to the nearest building, you know, get on the phone with the police, tell them where you at, give them your location. If you got own store, do that from your phone, because them niggas finna get your ass. Atlanta's changed.
Do you even think that, like, the...
You want
like
to
robbing people? No, I do not. I'm saying the act of robbing people is, I'm pretty sure that falls on this whole sensation-seeking spectrum.
I think there might be some people who get off on it in a sense. I think most niggas is just in it for the monetary gain.
Wow.
And they never expect someone to like resist them. I just saw a video last night on Instagram. This dude was on the parking lot. He was talking to, I think 2 chicks, and like this gray Dodge, is it Caliber, the little small one? No, I think the Caliber was like the truck, but it's the little 4-door Dodge that's smaller than the Challenger. Back like blocked their escape, and this dude hops out. You can tell the way he hops out. He's like, man, y'all finna up that shit, right? And the guy in the front seat, he gets out the car too. And one of the chicks takes out running. She runs around the car. Other chicks like backing up, and the dude drops his bag. He grabs his gun first, and he shoots the would-be robbers. So one of them looks like he caught it in the chest. He's like, boom, right? And the other one's like, boom, he's all in the car. And they both run around the car, run away, and the car drives off. But he got one of them, if not both of them.
Shit.
Yeah. Niggas think everybody thinks everybody's just going to be a victim. And y'all just going to get off someone's personal property. But he was not having it that day.
Wow.
Yeah. It's real out here.
It was something like that. It's like, you can't even be like, oh, you deserve that. It's just like, it's just all bad. It's just all bad. I don't know. You kind of could be like, you deserve it. Here's my thing. I hate thieves. I despise the people that break in cars, people that break in houses, people that would be robbers.
This is a special place in hell for y'all, man. It's right next to Meter Maids. Y'all are just different type of people.
They are just trying to make a living and support
I
their
remember
families.
telling my mom, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be a parking meter maid or something like that. She was like, I would rather you sell drugs.
Are you serious?
They're bad as just.
Wait,
bad.
so why are you so against them if you wanted to be one? If you aspired
I was just kidding.
to be
I was just kidding. I would much rather sell dope. I would much rather look over my
You
shoulder
aspired
for the rest
to-
of my life.
You had pictures of meter maids on your vision board for the first 10 years of your adult life.
What I gotta say is, they work for the county. It's hard to get fired when you work for the county. Got benefits.
You said it's hard to get fired?
When you work for the county, yeah. So they work for the county.
How you know?
I talk to a lot of people that work for the county. They get those kind of jobs.
All the counties is like that?
They get those county jobs. Counties for big cities.
Oh.
Shit. Get them county jobs. They be in that job for 30, 40 years.
You tired of my questions.
Yeah. Take my word for it. Shit. You ain't got to fact check everything.
I know you make up stuff. So I just be wanting to see how deep into it you actually are.
Yeah. Man.
But I did like that I saw, because when you think of the thrill seeking people, you automatically think of folks who skydive or want to climb mountains and stuff. And it's like, oh, so you want to die.
Would you climb Mount Everest?
I would not.
You wouldn't?
I'm not doing that shit.
Is it because of the terrain and the experience needed to, complete something like that?
Absolutely. I would not ever be that invested in getting.
What about the weather? Do you think you could have managed the weather if it wasn't so steep?
No.
Oh, too cold?
Yes. I went back to St. Louis once during the winter. All the years I've been gone, and I have purposely not gone back.
I don't like snow like that. I hate how dirty it get when your tires be all littered and shit. And you gotta warm up the car before you go out there. And not saying that you actually don't have to do that shit now. Like the most new vehicles, you used to do that back in the day
with the older
cars. You gotta actually let the engine heat up. More so than anything, but these new cars, you ain't gotta do that shit with. You can hop in your vehicle and go. The motherfuckers are equipped for that. I will say, I remember when Melody was living in Alaska. Melody is my younger sister, with my beautiful nephew and niece. Melody was living in Alaska, and she was telling me that the cars are manufactured differently up there. They have the batteries are designed differently. They have more amperage to actually survive the winters, and their windshields are thicker. I never even thought about that.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, their windshields are thicker because the extreme cold will crack the regular small or thin windshield. So they have thicker windshields. They have bigger amperage batteries. They have places, because they have 3 months, 30 days of darkness or 30 days of light. It's one of the two. It's either 30 days or 3 months. I'm pretty sure it's 30 days. But because of that, they have places to go in a community that simulate fake light, fake sunlight, so you don't have to be sitting in 30 days of darkness, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Is it 30 days?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Because 3 months would be intense for both. So you got 30 days of light and 30 days of dark. And that's a lot.
That sounds absolutely horrible.
That's why they letting people live there and they paying them for it. They gonna tell you it's because they're drilling there and they're paying you to drill there. This is because they know. Alaska has one of the highest, if not the highest rate of suicide because of that.
Really?
Yep. 30 days of dark.
Ooh, but it says, I just looked it up, and so it has about actually 2 months of darkness in the winter, from about mid-November to mid-January. And in summer, it says the sun doesn't completely set for about 82 days. So that's pretty much 3 months.
That's 3 months. So I'm sorry, 2 months of darkness, 3 months of light.
Yes. And that's roughly from like early May to all the way through July.
So you definitely need blackout curtains.
Yeah.
Blackout curtains. We were in, where were we at? It's this part in Canada. We did a show up there in 2019. And I remember it was a shit show because we had to change planes in, I don't know if it was Toronto or Quebec, we had to change planes there. But we're thinking like, we're just gonna change planes. No, planes. So we thought we were just gonna be able to go to one terminal to another, or one board and there to another. We actually had to get off, go through customs, get our bags, recheck in. It took so long, we missed our flight. We missed our connecting flight. So we had to book another flight, recheck our bags, barely catch that flight, land. We landed when the show was supposed to be starting. We had the driver come get us, drove us there. We ran through the mall. I got on slides running through a mall because the comedy club was in the mall. So we get there and they were like, all right, guys, we're going to start the show in 15 minutes. I got on slides and all our luggage is in the vehicle. We just hopped out and ran. So I run back through the mall, found a Champs, just buy some Adidas, some Stan Smiths, and I get dressed and we start the show. Just like that. It was freaking horrible. So we finished the show. We finished the show probably about 9:30, 9:30, 10. We go to the hotel, check into the hotel about 10, 15, 10, 20, get to the room. It's still light outside, my nigga. It's still bright. Birds chirping.
Wow.
So the sun didn't start.
Terrible.
It didn't start setting to like 10:45. I think it might have been dark by 11:15. And we had like a 5 a.m. flight.
Oh, that sounded terrible. And so you didn't have blackout curtains?
They did. They did. Absolutely did. Yeah, it was crazy. But because it's so bright outside, it feels like everything should still be open. I think that some of the guys walked to like, I forgot what they got in Canada. It's not like a Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks. It's like a Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks, but I forgot what it's called. They walked there and it was closed, and it's just like it's freaking people. I was like, why are they closed? It's still daytime. It's not. It's night, nigga. It's 11:15.
Wow. I did realize though that I would not mind a trip to Antarctica.
Antarctica, not Alaska?
I think it's because of a movie I watched recently. I think it's like Where'd You Go, Bernadette or something. But they just made it look so beautiful and so amazing.
Which one? Wait, is Antarctica at the top or the bottom?
The bottom.
Yeah, I don't think you can go.
Why not?
It's not open to like.
Is it at the? Let's see. Let's see if I'm wrong.
I don't think you can go to Antarctica. Antarctica is like.
Yes, you can.
Like sacred.
They only let you go so far though. Like you have to be like some special level researcher to go. Yeah, it is. So because it's been a while since we've been to school. Don't judge us.
I don't give a fuck if you judge. You can't get there on your own. How about that?
But yeah, I feel like I wouldn't mind that.
See, here's my thing with Antarctica. All the countries would trying to take over everything, and now we got our own little space, and they was like, well, I want Antarctica. I want Antarctica. And then somebody went to Antarctica and was like, nigga, we don't want that. As a matter of fact, we shouldn't let people go. All right, so all the countries got together and was like, all right, sovereign right. You can't go here, can't go here. It's something in Antarctica, bro.
You think so?
I know so.
You think it's like, what was it? Tomorrow War? I'm ruining this movie for y'all. Sorry.
Oh man, no, I think it's like Stranger Things. Stranger Things. I think something.
But no, I'm saying like you think it's some type of alien spaceship like buried in the ice.
Man, I don't know. I think that.
But yeah, you can go to the Antarctic Peninsula. Sorry, go ahead.
I think it's something there that they can't explain, like the needles on compasses just be doing like that, and there's some energy field that they can't explain where it's coming from and like that. Because to say this place in America, this place on the earth is someplace that you can't go, and they can't tell you why. They're just saying you're not allowed to be there. You don't have clearance for that. Where everywhere else in the world, unless it's an indigenous race there that says no, you can go to, other than like North Korea. But like, come on though, you ain't trying to go to North Korea. You go to North Korea, you mess around, never come back. So why this one place that doesn't belong to any one country? Who gives them the authority to say you can't go there? There's like, I don't know if it's the UN or the World Council. I don't know who it is, but like you cannot go to certain places in Antarctica, and that's scary.
You can't. Yeah,
that's scary.
They even bring that up in the movie. Where'd You Go, Bernadette? I'm pretty sure that's the name of it. But because her family planned a vacation to go to Antarctica. So there is a part where tourists can go safely and get back home. But then there's another part where they're like, you have to be a special level researcher to get to.
And have clearance, paperwork, all of that.
And then it's another part, like the South Pole. Like nobody can go there unless you're like some top-notch researcher team and you got all this clearance and shit.
I don't want to go anywhere like that. Ooh. I mean, it'd be a cool story for all of like 5 minutes. Like, yeah, let me tell you about the trip to Antarctica. Really? Yeah. Yeah, we went there. It was ice. Oh.
And penguins.
And lots of snow. And it was cold as hell. But it was cool. That's what's up. Cool.
And there's penguins.
So we ordering pizza tonight? Or what we doing?
You don't care about the penguins?
No, not really. I mean, you can see penguins at the zoo.
The place they're not supposed to be.
And you can see penguins in South Africa. They're warm climate penguins.
True.
So, I ain't really... See Happy Feet? Really...
Happy Feet also made me want to go to Antarctica.
Really?
Yes.
You need to get these penguins and figure out how to talk to them and see what the fuck is in Antarctica.
You think the penguins in on it?
I don't think they in on it, but I think they seen some shit. Some niggas be walking like this. That's why they started... Penguins probably used to walk regular, now they walking like this. They're fucking droids now.
Just
whatever they see, it was like...
Stop. How dare you defame those
well-dressed,
sweet baby...
Those well-dressed animals.
Right. Those sweet baby tuxedoed animals. So I found a thrill-seeking quiz on buzz.drkencarter... Well, not doctor. drkencarter.com. Buzz.
Just made him a doctor.
Well, I'm assuming that's what DR stands for. Jesus, man. See, yep. It says Dr. Ken Carter, clinical psychologist, speaker, and science writer. I don't know who he is or what he stands for, so I'm not trying to plug
this
him.
One picture looks like the beginning of 127 hours.
Yeah, it does.
That sound was just horrible in that movie.
I don't remember that sound.
When
I only watched it once. That's one of those movies like I don't ever.
Toward the end, when he had to cut it, he was like,
"Really?
Yeah."
I do not
every time he's
that.
Like, it was like, Just to think that you had to cut your arm off to like survive.
It's so crazy. Even though like I was only ever needed to watch that movie once. Whenever I strike out and go hiking, knowing good and well I'm not doing anything near what he was doing, I still be like, did I let anybody know where I am? What if I fall and break something?
Well, you got an iPhone, so I just hit your ass with the Find My iPhone location.
You can find me
if I wanted to. I guess so.
Don't be looking for me.
I mean, I won't.
Wait, what?
No, that's too late. But you would have to sign in though. I would have to like know your Apple ID. Because basically with the Find My Phone app, you basically sign in and anything that's attached, any item that's attached to that iCloud account, you can send a ping to it and find the location to it. So without you being signed in, I would have to go to Apple and be like, hey, here's my wife's number. Can you find her? She's been gone for 3 days. Why'd you come in 2 days ago? Oh, the house was quiet. We the kids was kind of chilling. We went on a Frasier binge. And it was like...
No one complained about us eating pizza 3 days a week.
Yeah, we had pizza. We ordered pizza on the day before, and the second day, it was like, yo, want to get pizza again? It was like, why are we able to do this? Mommy's gone.
That's when you realized?
Yeah, it was like, shit.
Nobody
we got to go to the Apple store. We got to go to the Apple store right after this pizza comes.
I'm gonna send the email to everybody I know. If anything happens to me, he did it.
No, I ain't gonna do it. That require extra work.
I don't care. I
want you to doesn't happen to you, we probably didn't do it.
I want you in all the trouble with after hearing this shit.
No, it don't matter. They're gonna look right at my phone's location and talk to the kid. I'm like, yeah, we was just out at home eating pizza.
Oh my God. That's so sad. But yes, so go find out what type of thrill seeker you are, if one at all. Yes.
I wonder if they're like people that are thrill seekers in the sense that they just enjoy like live entertainment in the company of other people. Like people, I just saw that picture of that concert. I just like concerts. I would travel for concerts. I would stand in line for concerts, like that type of thing. Because I'm not that committed. Like I'm almost at the point where like if they don't have a VIP lounge or box seats, I don't really want to be there.
Look at you.
It's not even bougie. Like it's anxiety.
No.
It's anxiety mainly. It's a little bougie, but it's mainly anxiety.
Which is, I feel like you bougie for even saying that.
Maybe the JID concert or the game concert was like the last one.
Especially being older, because you know me in my 20s, I would not care. I would walk right into
the madness.
The madness, and I was one of those people that was going to charge ahead to stand exactly where I wanted to be in the crowd. I didn't care, and I was so excited to be in the crowd. But now it's like, that's too many people. I don't want to be in the space with that many people.
What concert I was at? I don't know if it was the game concert you got me tickets to or what, but I was in there. And I remember standing where I was standing, watching. I just had my little space right here. And these two white dudes were like to my right or my left. And this black dude came with this white dude and this chick. And they were standing behind the white dudes. And then the chick kind of went in between them. And so the big dude that was with her, which I imagine was her guy, he just kind of like shoved the white dudes on her way. And they was like, yo, what the fuck, bro? He's like, the fuck you gonna do, white boy? And I was just like, I'm just standing there like, this is why I don't do GA. And like, you could tell, like, the dudes wasn't doing, I think it was a rap concert, because they was just like, they was bombing. And they didn't know what to do. Like, they just was like, bro, I'm just here to have a good time.
Right.
And he just came in with like, what the fuck you gonna do energy. It's just like, bro, I don't want to be tough. I just want to watch the show. Why is everything like that? Right. Like, he did not have to do that.
Right.
Old girl did not have to cut in between them like that, but that would be Farron in her 20s. And that would be some tall ass hood dude she fuck with. Be like, what the fuck you gonna do, freckle boy? And I just be like, okay, I'm gonna kill y'all at the show. I ain't gonna do it right now because we having a good time. But when I get back to my car, I'm gonna get my gun and I'm gonna shoot you in your thigh. I don't want to kill you. I just want to invite you. You never go to another concert in the GA again. You don't have to be in the wheelchair section. It's just like, nigga, we just having a good time. Why you gotta come here with that energy?
Yo, okay. That's ridiculous. But that probably would be me, not very unaware of.
You know the company you keep.
How my actions.
Yeah, whatever, nigga. You know the company keep. You know that nigga was gonna. She knew he was gonna do that. That's why she did it so confidently.
Yeah.
I was lying.
I mean.
And the dude they was with like, oh man, it's crazy. He was high as fuck. He's like, oh man, it's crazy.
that would
I'd be so mad. I would have bit him. I would have bit this nigga. You bite the fuck out of somebody, he might get a couple punches off, but now he got to tell somebody, yeah, this little bitch ass nigga bit the fuck out of me. And like, yeah, I've actually literally bit a chunk out of this nigga. I still got it here. I put it in the Ziploc bag. This is nigga's thigh.
You keep it in your wallet.
Yeah, you bite a nigga arm somewhere, but it's visible too. That nigga gonna have that chunk missing for the rest of his life. You be like, you a bitch ass nigga. Yeah, but nigga, you ain't gonna never look the same. Yeah, you got a couple of them off. Your t-shirts ain't never gonna fit the same place, boy.
That's so stupid and disturbing. I am looking through these questions on here, and I think maybe.
You're a thrill seeker?
I think so.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised at that.
On a trip with no pre-planned routes or timetables. Ooh, that one's iffy. Part of me is like, ooh, that sounds interesting, but then the other part of me is like, that's a lot. So I want to read these questions real quick, and then we're gonna wrap up.
Okay.
So I'm just. Take the quiz now. You don't even have to go to Dr. Ken's site because I'm about to help you. Look at me. You know.
You're just doing the Lord's work, huh?
I'm just out here being the sweet little angel baby I am. Number one, I would like to explore strange places.
Is that vagina or?
Sir, Mr. Gentleman, don't look away. Don't look away. And the scale is 1 to 5, 1 being not at all like me, 5 being very much like me, and you get the middle. 2.
Strange places is, I don't know, it's very broad, but I also feel like I have to do things with purpose. Like I kind of glanced at one of the last questions, so when we get to that one, I'll explain that more. But like, I move with purpose and intent. Like, so to like, yo, let's just go to such and such. Be like, for why? But we'll explain more when we get to that last one that I'm talking about.
And part of me, I think that's a little bit like me because I've gone to a new place just to go hiking. I did not know what the
That's a
trail.
reason. That's a reason though. When people be like, "Yo, let's go to Memphis in May," for what? If you give me a reason, I can justify. All right, for the live music and the food. All right, cool. But let's go to Memphis in May. Why? Nigga could be popping. That don't mean shit. Nigga, jail is popping during a riot. You be like, "Oh, nigga, they got fireworks and smoke and tear gas."
Who gets that excited?
I'm just saying, like, that's a reason. That's a reason. But like, let's just go to Memphis in May because it's popping. Nigga, sit the fuck down.
You can mac on some hoes.
What's the next question?
I get restless when I spend too much time at home. Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's everybody. I feel like. I mean, there
No.
are some people that are homebodies, so I can't say that's everybody.
Yeah.
But that most people like to at least get out, go to Target or something like that. But okay, all right. So what would you be on that one, 1 to 5?
Oh, that's a 5 for me. You know me. I'll be walking around and it's like I don't have anything to do. I want to go somewhere. Where you want to go? I don't know, but I want to go something.
I think I'm somewhere around a 3 or 4 for that one because I already travel so much that like sometimes I want to be at home.
Yeah, I get that. Because when I had that job where I was traveling, damn near 2 weeks a month, when I was at home, it was like, don't make me do things. Don't invite me anywhere.
You also had like some weird coworkers. We got the chance to link up with one of Farron's coworkers when we were in San Diego, and he suggested that I chop my Tylenol up to like cocaine and snort it through my nose because it'll get in my system faster.
He did.
And these are the people she used to hang out with.
Yes. These are people who, like, after a full day, like, riding 100 miles on their bicycles, would drink until, like, 2, 3 in the morning and then have to be back up at 5, 6 o'clock to do it all over again. So, snorting Tylenol doesn't sound like that big of a deal.
It ain't just Tylenol. That's snorting BC. Snorting Tums. Like, I wonder if this Tums and these Rolex will get in my system faster.
This number 3. I like to do frightening things. Yes.
I grew up in East St. Louis, so yeah.
But think about it though, like both of us, my first time in Hawaii when we did the scuba diving thing, we both just kept jumping in the water, no fucking life vest on.
Yeah, but this is for you. I would have never did that. A lot of the stuff I do is really for Farron. I mean, it was cool. It was really cool. I'm glad that we did it. It was a dope experience. We get to talk about
it.
Yeah.
I thought you like genuinely wanted to.
I just did. I mean, you suggested it. I'm like, all right, let's do it. Same thing with Molly.
Aw. Also, something frightening that we did. They have a roller coaster here, and you know how much I love roller coasters.
I love roller coasters.
I don't count those as frightening things, but maybe some people
can't do it. It's crippling.
Yeah. I like wild parties. I used to, not so much anymore.
Yeah. It's just not as safe anymore because you don't.
I mean,
unless we're throwing
adult about it.
Yeah, unless we're throwing it, or we know the people that are throwing it, and we know their temperament and can gauge the type of people who would be there. But like my nigga Brody, Brody would have some wild parties, and I'm sure he's calmed down a lot. But like thinking back on some of the parties I was like, I shouldn't have been there. I should have. My wherewithal should have kicked in. I should have been like,
Your wherewithal? Listen here, Grandpa.
Yeah, I didn't. I just had to collect my bears.
Like, what happened?
Hey, guys.
We'll save the conversation for offline. I would like to take off on a trip with no pre-planned routes or timetables. I feel like the controlling side of me and also the planner side of me, I would struggle, and I have to keep reminding myself to just go with the flow. That
would be something I would love to do. But again, the controller side of me, the planner side of me.
We like to know what's going on. The
only way we'd be comfortable is like we knew we didn't have anything to do for 2 weeks. We had no obligations, which probably will never happen. For 2 weeks, and financially, nothing would be a problem. Because like trying to buy a ticket same day, depending on where you're going, that could be $600, $700. Minimum, right? So, I mean, let's say that one day we just like drove to Burbank and we're like, let's just go to Vegas. That doable, right? Because I know we can afford the ticket. I know we'll be able to afford the hotel. When we get there, I don't know what's all open, so I don't know if we'll be able to go to shows or what, but maybe we could just do some touristy stuff. I don't know if the helicopter tours are back open. We could do a tour to the Grand Canyon, something like that. That's doable. But like going to the people that just hop a plane and go to a different country.
We kind of did it when we went to Europe together. We sat and mapped out a day travel to Barcelona.
Paris.
In Paris. Like, they're like, let's just buy these tickets now.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we did do that. Yeah, I guess we did do that, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't as unscheduled because we kind of had in our minds that we wanted to do something else while we were over.
Well, I mean, yeah, but we didn't know where. But yeah,
we didn't know where.
We sat and just
picked.
Shout out to my mama. Shout out to Melody, and shout out to Dana.
Dana, right?
Dana was really clutch on that trip too.
She was.
My mom, Farron says, does not like her. My mom is just very. I'm the firstborn, and I'm the favorite. My sister. My mom and my sister are like oil and water. Like, they do not mix at all. But my sister did a good job that trip too. But Dana really stepped in because Farron was like, protecting me, being a buffer between me and my mom. I love my mom to life. But she will repeat herself.
Small doses. Small doses.
She will. I had to microdose my mama like mushrooms. But she would talk. So Farron was a buffer, and when Farron needed a break, my sister Dana would tap her out, and she would stand there. Oh yes, Miss McCall. Yeah. We took some great pictures, man. The phone booth pictures and all of that, and pictures on top of the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower line. Oh my God.
Was days long.
Oh my God. They had little mixtures up to make it easy, but man, it's a line, and then if you want to go to one, like the top of it, there's a line, and if you want to go to the tippy top, there's another line. There's two different elevators, but they can't drive in Paris because there are no lines to like say.
On the road, like when you just looking down at the streets, it's like, how are you not just smashing into each other? But they're not aggressive drivers. Like here, we need those boundary lines.
Yeah.
They just don't seem as angry and aggressive as.
I feel like they don't respect time as much either. Not respecting in the sense they value time more. But like personal time, like so, like I remember I think we went to one place and they weren't open, but it says they should have been open, but they're just like, we will get there when we get there. But now we're having tea come.
We've talked about this. Your accents are terrible. I need you to stop.
It's so amazing.
They're terrible. So number 6, I prefer friends who are excitingly unpredictable. Number 7, I would like to try bungee jumping. That's very specific. Number 8, I would love to have new and exciting experiences, even if they are illegal. Oh, yes. Yes. I don't know about the bungee jumping one, though.
Bungee jumping is one I would never be able to do that because of, what was his name? Trevor?
Oh, from
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Fresh Prince.
Hillary Banks, will you marry? I've never forgot that. I remember the day it aired. I saw it every Monday on time. And that right there stuck with me like no other. So no to the bungee jumping for me.
No to the bungee jumping.
And people can say what they want. But even Will Smith, when he did the whole bungee jumping thing, when it was tied to the side of the helicopter, that was a big air thing. They had that big inflatable thing if something were to go wrong. So it stuck with him too. It's stuck with him.
Also, his a lot of people depend on his livelihood. So they're like, no, you're not.
His agent's probably like, nigga, no.
Right.
When you're a megastar like Flo from Progressive, I remember I went to this what is it called? Not a sermon, but a panel. And it was her and a couple other big faces from like commercials and stuff like that. They were telling us the protocol for what they could and could not do that's in their contract. Flo can't change her hair, ever.
Yeah.
She can't get any tattoos or anything that would change her appearance of her in the commercials. She can't ride a motorcycle. Like a lot of big stars are not supposed to ride motorcycles because there are no doors, there are no bumpers, there are no seatbelts. So if you get in an accident, more than likely, you're going to die. So they have too much money invested in her and too much riding on her before. So she can't do a lot of stuff. She can't take random trips without letting her team know where she's going. So if something goes wrong, they can know where to look for her. Like, it makes sense on a business level, but it's also like the bigger you get, you see this with celebrities.
Less freedom you have.
You work so hard to get financially free, but then it comes with so many imposed restrictions on it that you don't even think about. Like with Kevin Hart, man. Like, think about when you get famous, you lose the luxury of just going to the mall, which is why a lot of people. I always used to wonder, like, why famous people spend all this money on Dior and stuff like that. But let me tell you, now that I've shot there, let me tell you something. You can
give you some insider knowledge.
You can go to the website, see what you like, call the store, and let them know what day you want to come in, and they would have everything set up for you. And they have it so only so many people could be in the store at a time. You ain't gotta stop and take a whole lot of pictures, shake hands, and now you worried COVID, right? Even before COVID, they're like, you don't have to deal with all of that stuff. And honestly, if you don't want to do that, they would have a courier bring all the stuff to your house.
Wow.
You call the store and be like, hey, I need some black shoes. And they were like, okay, we'll bring all the black shoes we have in stock. And they'll bring it that day or the next day. And they'll also send some extra stuff because that's what they like to do. They like to send other extra stuff. And like, but also we have this, which pairs well with this. And we also have this bag and this belt. So they'll send $50,000, if not more, of stuff to your house. And you keep what you want, and you call a courier, and they'll come and grab whatever's left, and then they'll just charge you. You have an account. That's the thing. You have an account when you start shopping at these stores. I saw the guy that helped me out with your bag, your birthday.
That was
anniversary gift. I saw him out, I think a couple Fridays ago, and he was like, "Oh, what's up there? How's that bag working out for you?" I was like, "Oh man, it's cool." He's like, "Yeah, man. Remember, anytime you need something, just call me and I'll pull it to the side and just pull up there." He said, "Just call 30 minutes before you want to come."
Oh wow, that's so dope.
Yeah, so that's why.
Hey, you fancy?
No,
I am dust.
Your words, no way. I told you stop saying it. You keep saying it. You want to be dust.
I don't want to be dust anymore. Please save me, please.
I'm gonna put some water under your mud.
Anyway, this has been great. Are you a thrill seeker? Sensation seeker? Let us know. Thanks. Email us things also, you guys, at more to the story podcast at gmail.com. And yeah, thanks for joining us.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.